Hey, it's your boy Crypto Expat back with another video. In this video, I've called this Tron Farms October. Even though technically we're not into October yet, we're still at the end of September by the time I upload this video. But by the time people view it, it'll be October. So hopefully these will still be around. I will do a video on Tron Farms that I've actually done videos in the past, and then see which ones are still around. So it'll be like a Tron Farm fail follow-up video, because these things, only the good ones last, and it pretty much comes down to kind of like how it's received, whether people dump or not, how good the admins are. So if you stick till the end of this video, I'll show you a really cool resource to find all these Tron farms, okay? So let's start. The Tron farm that probably is the most stable one right now is this one here that you're looking at, which is Sun.io by Justin Sun. This is the Genesis mining one, okay? Obviously, you guys know about that. However, the returns, they're not that great, but it's stable. Okay, so if we look at the APY, it's about 500 for each of these pools. Well, this one here, the USDT, is only 139%, and the other ones are even lower. But if you wanted to have something safe and guaranteed, obviously you'd do it Sun. So let's go into the new Tron farms. This one here, it's called Dark Matter Harvest, and this one here has only got, I think it's got 5,000, only 5,000 tokens. Let's go and have a look. Dark Matter Harvest. Sorry, only 15,000 tokens can be minted. The pre-sale's over. The liquidity on Just Swap it's not too bad. It's going up. It's about 250,000. So that's why I've decided to feature this one, because even though I don't really know a lot about it, I haven't invested in this one. I thought I'd just show it to you because it seems to be holding up, and it's on a sort of upward trend. It just launched, and there's only 15,000 tokens. Obviously, this is not financial advice, okay? I'm just simply showcasing these Tron farms, and you do need to do your further research to if you're going to invest in them, obviously. So these are the ones here. These are the pairings, and yeah. So that's dark. I think the color combination would, I don't know, maybe it will put people off, or maybe they're trying to go for the Discord look. I don't know. Anyway, so that's Dark Matter Harvest. I'll put all the links below, okay? Next one is Petro Worker, and this one here as well. It's they're saying that it's audited. These pools are audited, so you can take this with a grain of salt. This KnownSec is the security company that audits the smart contract, and this is all in Chinese. So unless you know someone that's Chinese, you could probably contact them and contact KnownSec and verify that this actual contract was done by them, and it's just not a blatant copy of something else. I mean, you've just got to cover your bases with this. They're saying that each pool has been audited. So this is called Petro Finance, and these are the refineries. So they've got like a refinery oil type of theme to it. The APYs are 400, 300, 400-ish. So it's not outlandish. The total value locked is 172,000, which is not too bad. It's not great. You'd want to see it more like 500,000, but there's enough liquidity there. It's still high risk, obviously, okay? So that's it there. You can just click on what is Petro Worker, blah, 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 blah. Pretty much very similar to, most of these guys are just using the same script. So The total supply is 18,000. I had a look at, actually let's go and have a look at their Telegram. There's 1,270 people. So they're saying they're it's a decentralized lending aggregator. Petro must not exceed 18,000 pre-mined. Okay, so that's one of them. You guys can check out. At least, well, they're saying that they have audited pools. So none of these projects, all these projects are like anonymous. So you just don't know what's going on, whether they're real or not. You can have a read of the Medium and find out more about the project. But again, these Tron ones, they're highly sketchy. They seem to be more sketchy on Tron for some reason than the ones on Ethereum. I mean, the ones on Ethereum there's still some that have scammed on Ethereum, but if you could pick both, which are the most sketchiest, I would say the Tron ones are the most sketchiest farms. Okay, that's just from my experience. This other one here is Monopoly Gold Mine at biggoldminer.com. Again, I'll put all the links below. This one looks pretty I believe this one's just all in Chinese. I had to get Google Translate for translate this one. And they're saying that they have got their again, they're contracted, audited. You have to know Chinese to do this. Obviously I don't read Chinese, but yeah, known sec. Again, this is another known sec one. Audit, so you'd have to contact known sec and find out whether these guys are actually legit or not. I mean, look at this one, Just Swap Gold TRX liquidity pool. It's got a annualized 5,610 at the moment, so quite high for that one. And then you go to Cash Cow. This is different. So you can choose bronze, silver, gold. I don't know what this is. It explains it here. Gold is 100 times reward. So yeah, I've not invested in this at all, but you'd have to have a look at obviously do more research. There's 800 total amount of mining is 840 million, looks like. So that's like a lot. That is a lot. Again, the Telegram is all in Chinese. Okay, so I don't know. Just looks really sketchy. But anyway, okay. So the next one, this Moon Finance. I did do a little test with this one. Okay, so I will tell you that I did, because I just wanted to see what was going on with it. If we just refresh here, so this is at Moon Rabbit Finance. I'm in this MRK TRX one, and it's not refreshing for some reason. Maybe I hit F5 again. Yeah, it's not refreshing. Anyway, I think last time I looked at it last night, it was giving me about 6% daily, which is not too bad, but it's not outlandish. It's quite higher than most. Most of them only give like 1 or 2%. This one's giving 6.9%. That might have changed already. So what happened was this one here, I put in 500 MRK. I bought 500 MRK and I bought 500 Tron, obviously, to match the liquidity pair, and I got 43. Hang on, let me have a look. I'll show you. Look at my Tron wallet. As you can see here, this one here, 43. So basically, I invested 1,000 Tron about 12 hours ago, and I got 43 Tron back this morning in 12 hours from 1,000, well, 500 per pair, for the pair, 500 each. So that was at 6.9%, which is not too shabby actually. It's pretty good. So that's that one there. I'll just, I've only got a small amount in there, so I'm just doing it for a test. Not really worried too much about it. That's the stake I've got, 3,073. And if we look at the liquidity on MRK, it's a lot of liquidity compared to most. 500. It's right now. I would say this is right in the sweet spot because it's going up. There's 500. Usually 500,000 liquidity is a good time to get in, because there's enough liquidity there that people are just not going to dump, and unless they have a shitload of tokens. But even then, if they had 100 grand worth of tokens, that would have to be a whale. But generally speaking, obviously the larger the liquidity, the more stable it's going to be. So this one is actually quite stable. It's got 588,000 USD locked up total liquidity, and it's on the way up. So that's why I chose to do this one, because of the liquidity. Liquidity is everything. That's why. So this one's looking good so far. And the next one is this one, shrimp. So I did put another little test in here. So I bought SMP. This just allowed me to buy it and directly deposit it, like stake it. I didn't need to pair it up with for a liquidity pair. And the reason why I chose this one, as you can see, there's a few SMPs. You just got to pick the right one, because there's obviously ones out there that are not the right one. That's not it. Yeah, this is the one here. It's 329,000 liquidity, so which is not great, but it's getting up there. It's on the way up. That's why I decided to do a little test for it, and this one actually gave me a really good return. Again, I bought 500 SMP for this one, and in 12 hours I got back, let's have a look here, I got back 40, as you can see there I got 40, got back 40. 500, I invested 500 12 hours ago, and I got back 40 back this morning, 12 hours. So what's that? 550, that's just under, probably about 8%, 12 hours, which is pretty good. So yeah, and you don't have to pair it up with anything. So I think at the moment they've only got one pool. So yeah, this one's quite high, paying quite high. Well, it's, it's got enough liquidity there. So that one's shrimpfinance.com. Okay. Okay, the next one. This one here is, this one intrigues me. This one is pretty well put together website, and it's called Definition Network. Again, I haven't tried this one. I might do a small test. The website's pretty impressive. There's only 2,360,000 total supply, circulating supplies. There's only 1,200,000. It's got either seed round, pre-sale. I think that's already over. Subscription round. I haven't really looked into this one, deep dive in this one yet. You have the white paper. You can stake it. Apparently, this one here, it's a one that where you have to like leave it in there, I think. See, so there's a current time left, depending on which pool you go, I guess. It shows you the rewards and the current time left. So maybe it's not a time lock. Maybe it's just the rewards, and this is the time left in the pool. That sounds more. Yeah, that sounds kind of more because you can withdraw. Here we go. Here, there's the stats here. Total rewards, total unlock, 30 days program. There we go. It's 30 days program duration, and there's 28 days left. So this one's still very new. The rewards are 5.69. So this one's just started, this pool. This is the white paper here. I always like to read this white. I've read hundreds of white papers, and I always like to. I can just tell straight away from white paper whether it's dodgy or not, just by reading it. Usually white papers are not an overview of the website. They're a technical piece of paper on how the actual mechanics, how the technical part of the ecosystem works. And if it's just a overview of the website, there's no technical information in there. It's you know, they probably just got someone to hide someone on Fiverr to do it. Okay, technical white papers are very difficult and to put together, and you can tell whether they're a real project or not. So anyway, that's that. That one is definition network. I would say that the website, I'll tell you what, I'll give them raps for the website. This is the dashboard. Okay, so again, see, the website's pretty slick. This is the dashboard. Again, I don't know how this works, so I can't give you feedback on it. I haven't joined it or invested in it. So that one there, you can check that out. Again, all the links will be below. Okay, this last one's called BlockCola, and it's like a comp or a cream. And basically how it works is you deposit your funds, and then you can borrow against them, and then when you earn your rewards, you can then mine it and get some more rewards. So you're kind of recycling, in a way, leveraging out your initial deposit. So if you go here and deposit, you can click an asset here and just go deposit. Now I was going to do a dry run with this, however, I don't think they've thought this out, because let's say if you click 50% and you come here and you try to click, like there's no button, okay, like it doesn't initiate the transaction. If you go 75%, try to click on it, it doesn't work. But funnily enough, when you click 100%, it works. However, everyone knows that if you take 100% of your Tron out, you're not going to have any like fees. You're not going to have any Tron left in your account to pay for fees. So I don't think they've thought this out properly. But there's people that are actually in this. Right now, there's like 400,000 plus in this. So I don't know how this is working for them. It certainly works for 100%, but it doesn't work for 75 or 50. Anyway, let's just move on. So once you actually deposit your assets, if you can get this to work, might be just my computer, I'm not sure. You will get, initially, like you'll get here, it says deposit APY, you'll get 33.1%. So you'll get that initially, that's every year. And then once you've now deposited it, you can then borrow against the deposit, okay? And obviously if you borrow 100%, it's very risky, because you've got this health factor thing up here, and this is very important, because if the health factor goes down then to 0 or 1, then they're going to liquidate your funds. Basically that means take it. So you don't want that to happen. So essentially what you want to do is when you borrow, you want the interest to be paying, when you deposit, you want the interest to be paying for the interest that they're charging you to borrow. I think it's like 0.025 or something. So yeah, that's kind of how the gist of it works. You deposit and then you earn a APY. Then you borrow against your deposit, and then you earn an APY or a APR. And then once you get that, you can then mine. So this is liquidity pool. You can mine Tron and Cola liquidity pool, which is, like, again, I just showed you before. It's quite a bit. It's about 400 plus. And then once you get your LP token, then you can stake it here. You just provide liquidity on Just Swap, and then you'll have your LP token. It'll show up here how much you got, and then you stake it, and then you earn more. And I get that's just the gist of it. They got this dark theme, whatever theme you want. Makes it nice and pretty for you. But the most important thing is to worry about this liquidation thing, because if you get liquidated, then basically just you lose your funds. Okay, that's basically what that means. You don't want to get liquidated. And also, this frequently asked questions is pretty important to understand. I wouldn't invest in this if you don't understand what's going on. But if you've had some experience with comp or cream or balancer, then you'll kind of understand how this kind of works. Okay, you're just leveraging what you initially have to borrow on what you initially have. So it says here, what is the cost of the service? The platform has two types of fees. For borrowers, is 0.25 of the loan amount is collected on the loan origination, from which 100% is used to swap the Cola token and burned. From flash loans, a 0.09% is collected from the loan amount, from which 70% is redirected as a extra income for depositors of the protocol. 30% is split using the same 100% model and origination fee. There are also transaction fees for Tron usage fees, depending on the network and transaction complexity. So yeah, like I said, I wouldn't deposit anything in this unless you know what the risks are and read all these frequently asked questions and understand that you can get liquidated. And far as I know, I've tried to deposit because I wanted to do a demo for you guys, but this is not working. It's only doing 100%, which, like I said, this is 100% thing is silly, because you're not going to have any more Tron in your wallet to do further transactions. And this 25, 50, and 75%, I couldn't get it to work. I'm pressing my mouse and nothing's happening. So I don't know if that's just a flaw or whether they just want you to deposit 100%. I don't know. Unfortunately, I couldn't do a test run for you guys. All right. So I'll leave the links below to all the farms I just showed you, so you can check them out for yourself. Obviously, not event financial advice. Do your own due diligence. And lastly, I promised I would show you a site where you can check all the Tron farms, and this is tronfarms.org. A link will be below. So this is all the current one. Like, it's not a definitive list. Like, it's not every single Tron, but it's got quite a few. When you come here, you want to go on this tab over here that says liquidity. That's the one you want to focus on. Click on that. Click on it twice, and it'll just show the top liquidity farms. And obviously, you only want to invest in the ones that have a lot of liquidity, because you don't want to lose your money. Okay, so I did that rabbit one, moon rabbit. I I showed you that one, and I also showed you shrimp, and I showed you that definition network and the BlockCola, which I couldn't get to work for me, and I'll show you that dark matter. So these have quite a bit of liquidity, not a lot, but you know, that's why I chose them. It's Petro, gold, and there's a bunch of them here. Okay, there's many different pages of this stuff. But most of this stuff, like most of these liquidity pools, there's nothing in them, or they're draining, or they're just failing. They're just not, I wouldn't invest in them. They're just too risky, way too risky. Like the first one I did was Sun. That is probably the most safest Tron farm that I can think of right now. Alright guys, so let me know what you thought. Is this something that you're going to go into? Just keep in mind the Tron farms are just seem way more sketchy, way more risky than some of the Ethereum farms. I'm not saying the Ethereum farms are not sketchy as well, because you know, you always get your scam ones and really sketchy ones, but as a whole I would say the Tron ones just seem to fail sooner, and they just seem to, I don't know, they just don't last. I don't know why. That's always the case. So let me know your thoughts. Comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let me know what you want to hear next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.